can say in a way the very interesting book is there. This is a education book. Most of the people are not aware only about this subject, but I'm going to start with this subject education, which is very important. Like from the image you can see that like e-learning, study and everything. Basically in this chapter, in this book, you will learn all about the education, what are the concepts of education, why we are doing education, each and everything. Like if you see the index of the index of this book, so you will find that the chapters are there. How the chapters are there? The first we will know about the education, then about we will try and understand about the education thinker in Maharashtra. Who are the education thinker in Maharashtra? Education in society, then education psychology. What is the psychology behind education? Education management, how the education is managed and administration. Then pedagogy, educational research, new trends in education, study for knowledge. Each and everything we are going to learn. This is quite interesting, but okay. So everything we will start, we will directly learn more and more thing over here. Okay. So let's start with the education. So the first and very important, the first chapter I'm going to actually I want to ask you that what do you mean by education? If anyone asks you what do you mean by education, so you can say that education is nothing but making a person knowledgeable or disciplined so they can take decision by their own. Right? Education doesn't means like by doing education you can earn money. Education means education makes a person a discipline. Okay, education makes a person a discipline. Clear? That's it. That is the general meaning what most of the people are aware about it. Now I am coming back to the chapter which is related to the education. In this chapter we will try and understand about the concept of education, then level of education, then types of education we will learn. Okay, wait a minute. So here the concept of education, then levels of education, how many levels are there, then how many types of educations are there, and non-formal and informal education. Everything we are going to learn, the concept, the label. Okay, some things like some of the things you already know about it, but we will try and understand by the help of this chapter. Clear? Okay. So here, first question, the three questions they are asking, two questions. What characteristics do you find among the students from nursery to 10th standard? Like what kind of difference you are finding from junior KG to nursery to 10th standard? There are various difference. 10th standard students are different, and nursery students are different. Do you behave now in the same way as you used to behave in your childhood? Second question is that how, like right now, what is your behavior? Like right now you are 11th standard, so how you are behaving is the same behavior in your school? No. Okay. State the major difference of your behavior. Now you need to difference. You need to say that, you need to state that what is the exactly difference happening now and your childhood. Your childhood was totally different, and now you are different. So these are the three questions you have to answer it. During our childhood, we were very sportive. Okay, during our childhood, we were very sportive. Sportive, which means like during our childhood, you were very active. You were very naughty. You were very stubborn. Okay, ziddi. However, as you grow, as we grow, this sportiveness, naughtiness, and stubbornness goes on reducing, and as per our view, the experience, as per our new experience, we go on changing our actions, our nature, and our behavior. And in behavior, this change in behavior is called education. So here the very beautiful definition they are explaining that they are saying that from your first standard, second standard, what is your behavior at that time? Like you are very sportiveness, you are very active, you are very naughty, you are very stubborn. But according to the time period, okay, by level standard 1 2 3 4, now you are in 11th standard, everything is reduced, and this reducing is called as education only because you have changed your action and behavior, right? And that is called as education. So try to understand from the following chart what changes are brought due to the education. Apart from the examples, give that and add your own experience. So here there are some charts are there. What kind of changing has occurred in terms of your education? The first is knowledge improvement. Okay, enrichment. You have developed so many knowledge to now. Then reading and writing. Yes. Then intellectual development. Okay. Intellectual development of decision making. Like you are able to decide what you want. Okay, you are acquiring a new skill, but at that time it is very difficult to acquire. Your personality is totally changed, and after that you are able to make friends, you will able to behave positively, you will able to understand so many things, you can complete it, okay, by yourself. In this following chart you have told me, right, the changes, okay. And now an English word education has been derived from. So basically now let's try and understand about the history of the word. The education is derived from the Latin word, okay, educare, which means to bring up, okay, educare, which means to bring up, to lead out, to draw out, okay. Education is actually derived from the educare, which means to bring up, to lead out, okay, to lead out, to draw out. That is called as education. Hence education means to nurture or to help in expressing the hidden qualities or talent. So basically the word comes from Latin word, and this word means that to bring up how you are growing, to lead out, to draw out, okay. This means that. And hence education means the nurture or to help expressing the hidden qualities or talent. The Marathi word section is derived from the Sanskrit six, which means a preach, okay. So each and every in Marathi this shiksha word is different, preaching, okay. And in English they are explaining that to bring out, to grow out, to reach out, to draw out, okay. So which means that with the help of education your talent and potentiality will explore, it will come out, okay. Whichever talents you have, there are so many children are there, you can see in the preschool, but we cannot able to know their talent, but by doing education they can able to identify their talent, okay, like this. Now till now we have understood about the concept and we have learned about the basic thing. Now let's come to the first one, the concept of education, okay. What is the concept of education? Like if I ask you what do you mean by mathematics, so the concept of mathematics, you will say that like in mathematics we are doing calculation, but what is the concept of education? Education is a comprehensive process. First of all, education is a comprehensive, it's a very difficult, it's a understanding process. It will be easier for us to understand the nature of education, okay. It will be very easier, it is very easier for us to understand the nature of education if we consider various definition of education put forth by Indian and educational thinker. So to understanding the nature of education, it's very easy, and if we consider the Indian educational thinker, then there is a chances we will able to understand it, okay. Now the Swami Vivekananda had defined education is the manifestation of a perfection already in man. So Swami Vivekananda he is saying that education is nothing but you are manifesting or your perfection which is already there in man. Each and every man in this planet have some kind of perfection, and you are just manifesting is with the help of education, okay. Mahatma Gandhi. By education I mean an all-round trying out the best in child and man, body and spirit. So Mahatma Gandhi is saying that with the help of education I mean that there is a changes are taking place in the body, mind, okay, man, Okay, and then Rabindranath Tagore. Education means the expression of self. Okay, Tagore is saying that education means the expression of self. Okay, education means that expression of self. Rabindranath Tagore is saying that education is nothing but you are expressing yourself, and Mahatma Gandhi is saying that changing in the body and mind, and Swami Vivekananda is saying that manifestation perfection already man. Then Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, education is the instrument for social, economic, culture change. It is not only for information but for knowledge, but become wisdom. True education is the value laden and is search for truth. So he is saying that it is a one kind of instrument that you can change the society, then you can change the economy, change the culture. Clear everyone? Okay. Now the Western educational thinker. Okay. So these are the different big people have already defined the education in their own way. Okay. So Western educational thinker, Plato. Western, which means Europe side. Education is the perfect development of excellence in human body and soul. So he's saying that education is the perfect development of human body and soul. When you are educating yourself, your body and soul is developing. He is saying that. And Aristotle, education is the development of sound mind in a sound body. Okay, is the sound mind and sound body. So Aristotle is saying that it's a development of sound mind. Sound mind means working mind and working body, right? So education will develop that. Then Rossi, education is the development of inner natural activities and power of a child. So Rossi is saying that inner development. Then John Dewey is saying that education is a process of life with continuous reconstruction of experience. So he's saying that education is nothing but it's a process of life with the reconstruction of experiences. Okay, so you can see that like in concept of education there are Indian thought related to education is different, and Western thought related to education is different. So definitely like Indian people nowadays also how we are considering the education is different than the other country, right? And why the thoughts are changing? Because each country is different, each country culture, economic and social society is different, so that's why their thoughts are changing. Okay, what similarities do you find in the definition of education put forth by the Western? So we can say that there's some kind of similarity we can found in all. They are focusing on developing yourself. That is the similarity I can find. Okay. Now we will try and focus on the level of education. Okay, there are level of education like till now. What is your level? Like for example, you can say pre-primary is the lower one, 3 to 6 years. Then after that, lower primary, pre-primary education, 3 to 6 years. Lower primary education, which means 1 to 5th. Then then upper primary education is 6 to 8. Then after that, secondary education 9, 10th. Higher secondary education 11, 12th. Higher education, undergraduate to postgraduate. So these are the levels. First level is nothing but pre-primary school, which means 1 to 6 years, 3 to 6 years. Then after that, primary school is nothing but your standard 1 to 5, then 6 to 8, then after that 9, 10th. Secondary education, higher secondary education, and higher education. These are the levels, which I think so most of the people are only know about the primary and secondary. That's it. So exactly these are the levels of the education what we are going to deal with. Okay. Now the primary education. Primary education is considered to be the basic and fundamental education. It is divided into 2 stages. The stage 1, standard 1 to 5 is the stage 1 is known as the lower primary education, and stage 2 from 6 to 8 it is known as the upper primary education. Lower and upper. Clear? Lower primary education which means 1 to 5, upper primary education which means 6 to 8. Okay, and this means that here the education are giving the basic and fundamental. Okay, according to the act RTE, throughout the India The free and compulsory and universal primary education in the 6 to 14 years is mandatory. So basically, according to the act, they are saying that 6 to 14 years education is very compulsory for each and every child in the which are falling in the age group of 6 to 14 years. They should be get their education. So that's the main reason for them. The government educations are there. In order to create interest in education among children, okay, primary education has been structured in a child center mode. So they are saying that in order to create an interest in the child, so in order to create an interest in education, they are teaching the education system works in a child center mode. The government has been implementing the various schemes like mid-day meal, free uniform, free textbook, scholarship, reservation, etc. for economically and socially backward sections, so that no child remain deprived of primary. So according to the right to education, they are having some kind of schemes they are implementing, like they are giving the food, they are giving free uniforms, textbook. That's the main reason you can see that in government education, in government schools, the free food and the free education, the meals they are getting. Why? Because no child should remain deprived from the education, no child should left for the education. As per the Right of Child to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009, the government has been entitled the responsibility of providing the free, compulsory and universal primary education to all children age group, and it also includes the responsibility of providing admission in schools and to retain their attendance to get the primary education. So basically here they are explaining, with the help of right to education, the government has taken a responsibility to not only to teach them for 6 to 14 years, not only to give them opportunity to come to school, they are taking responsibility for from taking admission to maintaining their completing their education till 14 years, right? Okay, so let's tell. Shubham has completed his free and compulsory. So till which level has he completed his education? So till 14 years, Shubham has completed. So till which level? Till secondary education. Okay, it's very simple. Till secondary education he had completed. Clear? Okay. Now, what are the general objectives are there for primary level? So objectives is nothing but there are some objectives are there the government has taken, and that should be fulfilled in the primary level only, not in the secondary level. At primary level, to develop the basic language, so the main objective is there to develop a language skill, writing, mother tongue and English both, speaking also. And then upper primary level, to develop a basic language in mother tongue in higher extent, to develop a scientific aptitude, scientific skills, to develop a skills regarding information, to inculcate the spirit of individual, to create, to cultivate the aesthetic skill among students, to create a spirit of so basically you can see over here, in primary level these are the objectives which are taken by the government. I am stopping here. After that we will start with the secondary education. Okay.